Hello, this is Tori with LANDiO. We have a new 37-acre wooded home site surrounded by the Cibola National Forest near Grants, New Mexico. This is an interactive map with the parcel boundary outlined in green. You can see the way that this property is laid out. It has heavily wooded elevated ridges on the eastern and western sides of the property, in this large open meadow in the center, and a road that runs along the southern boundary. And then the top tip here of the northwest corner adjoins this BLM land, and then this BLM land connects to this national park here to the west, which from the property, this is about maybe 1,500 yards away, this boundary of this national park. And then this BLM land also, as it runs over here, connects to the Cibola National Forest. And then we look at this interactive map where we're zoomed out. You can see there is the 37-acre parcel right there. This contiguous public land that is adjoined via this BLM land along the northwest corner consists of nearly 500,000 acres, if not more. So all of this shaded area is public land of some kind. So you have the green, which is the National Forest, yellow is BLM land, you have the purple, which is the national park. So there's very little private land available in this area. And of that private land, there are several of them that have already been developed with cabins, homes, ranches, etc. So all this purple area is the Malpais National Monument. Here's a section dedicated to it on the National Park Service website, which reads, "River of Ancient Fires. The richly diverse volcanic landscape of Malpais offers solitude, recreation, and discovery. Explore cinder cones, lava tube caves, sandstone bluffs, and hiking trails. Wildlife abounds in the open grasslands and forest. While some may see a desolate environment, people have been adapting to and living in this extraordinary terrain for generations. Come and discover the land of fire and ice." So there's hiking trails, there's caves. I've looked up some of the reviews. It had great reviews on TripAdvisor, 4.5 stars out of over 243 reviews. You have the Google reviews, which it had 4.6 stars out of 147 reviews. Some people had actually posted some photos. Here's somebody that did like a 360 degree in one of the caves there. And you have some other amazing geological features like this. This is one of the craters, ancient volcano. Here's some more beautiful geological features. This 37-acre parcel is just about 6 miles from Highway 53. We have the road mapped out here in red. And then turn the layer on where you can see how you actually drive through the Malpais National Monument and then the BLM land to get to the property. And then here's a topographic view of that same road. So you basically hug along this mountainous terrain here along the base of that, which then takes you right to the property. This is a Google Street View heading from Grants towards the property. This is 53 West, which would be also called Ice Caves Road. And then here's where you turn into the road that takes you to the property. So this is what that looks like as you turn in there. And then you can even see the sign for the Malpais National Monument as you cross over that cattle guard. Now there are electricity lines and poles all throughout the area. Then you cross over another cattle guard as you're leading to the property. And then there's another sign indicating that you're in the Malpais National Monument. And then here's the road as you're getting close to the property. And here's another photo of the road. And then this is a photo looking from the south along the road into the open meadow of the property. This is an aerial image. In this image, we're kind of towards the northern portion of the property looking south. So this is the open meadow. You have, here's the trees and the ridges on the east and the west sides of the property. And then here's the road that runs along the southern boundary. And if we look at these Google Earth terrain views, here we are south of the property looking north. You can see there's the road leading to the property. You have the ridges on the west and east side, and then there's the large open meadow. Now we're east of the property looking west. This is a good representation of how that road comes through there to the property. Now we're north of the property looking south, and then this is west of the property looking east. Another good example of how you have the wooded ridges on either side, and then the large open meadow in the middle with the road along the southern boundary. The elevation ranges between 7,600 and 7,500 feet roughly, and the topographic map indicates seasonal water flow through the property and shows a pond on the other side of this ridge just to the west. And if we look at this aerial image here, you can see there is that pond to the west. You can see it even has water in it. And these photos were taken just a few weeks ago. This is a closer image of the road along the southern boundary. And here we are closer to the northern portion of the property. There's a 2-track trail that runs through that meadow. And based on these photos, it probably has not been used in a long time. There are some wooded areas in the meadow as well, which would make for ideal locations for a cabin, a home, or even just a place to camp or put an RV. And here we are up on the ridges. You can see some of the mature trees along with the expansive views that you have from those ridges. This is a view more towards the north. Now we're looking more towards the northwest. It was overcast this day. On a clear day you can see for miles and miles. There were fresh wildlife tracks and droppings on the property. And this parcel falls under the Game Management Unit 13, which is said to be desirable for hunting of mule deer and elk, with some of the largest bulls in New Mexico. So there would not be hunting in the national park here, but you have all of this adjoining BLM land and then up into the national forest and the BLM land to the south, which we saw in that interactive map when we zoomed out, was roughly 500,000 acres. Now, of the limited private land that is around this area, several of the landowners have developed their properties. Just searching on the satellite image here, we were able to identify several structures, which we'll show you in the subsequent photos. Here's a nearby developed property. They have electricity on their property. Then here's another nearby landowner with electricity on their property. You can see that they have several structures on their property. This is the neighbor just to the north. You can see they have several buildings here, a corral. This is just to the south. Looks like someone has set up like a little cabin, tiny home. Could even be one of those little kit cabins. Then here's another landowner where they appear to have a single wide mobile home, accessory buildings, corrals. There appears to be a stock watering well there and a similar kind of setup here. Now, this landowner has some kind of circular building here. This is to the north, just on the other side of 53, and this is to the north as well. And then this is over to the west near the ice caves and the Bandera Cone. We're about 12 miles to the ice cave and Bandera volcano. Only 28 miles to Grants. Now Grants is the county seat of Cibola County where this property is located. Grants has a population just under 10,000. In Grants, you'll find medical care at the Cibola General Hospital, any groceries and supplies you need at the Walmart Supercenter in Grants, and there's even an airport. Then you're only 28 miles to the El Morro National Monument. There's some geological features there. Then you're about an hour and 40 minutes to Gallup, New Mexico, which is a population of around 22,000. Then you're just under 2 hours to Albuquerque. Now, Albuquerque is the largest city in New Mexico. Population over 500,000. You have international airport in Albuquerque, so really anything you need you can find in Albuquerque. We have this amazing 37-acre parcel priced at just $39,900. All the property details are listed here on our website. Here's a link to download the Unit 13 hunting map. Here's a link to the New Mexico Game and Fish Department website, where we have the information about nearby cities and points of interest. We've included links to the Malpais National Monument, the Cibola National Forest, the ice cave, and the Bandera volcano, along with GPS coordinates and over 60 photos. And then at the bottom of the page, you'll find this interactive map. If you'd like to secure this property while it's available, go to our website and click on this Buy Now button. What that'll do is add a deposit of $499 to your cart. Then click Checkout. Once you click Checkout, this window will appear where you can enter in all your information and then continue through the checkout process. Once the checkout process is completed, we'll receive an instant notification that your $499 deposit has been made. We'll then take the property off the market, send you over a simple one-page purchase agreement, and arrange for the balance of payment. The $499 deposit is credited towards the purchase price, and we cover all of the closing costs. The remaining balance can be paid by wire transfer, cashier's check, credit card, debit card, or a combination thereof. We have a streamlined process that is super simple and efficient. It can be completed in as little as a day. If you have any questions, our phone number is on the top of every page of our website. That number is 713-597-7670. That number also receives text messages. You can also contact us through this form on our website or send us an email directly. Our email address is hello@landio.com. And we're working around the clock to continue bringing you amazing properties at incredible prices. And you can help us fulfill this goal by sharing our website and this video with all your family, friends, and colleagues. And as always, we really appreciate you taking the time to watch this video. Thank you and have a blessed day.